Hey guys, J-Man here for the weekly X-Men talk, sort of. I'm just playing a little bit of a catch-up here with some previous comics that I haven't talked about. So last week a bunch of books came out and I only talked about 3 of them, I think. So I'm still missing a few of those, plus there's tomorrow's books coming out as well. So I'm going to try to do a couple today and then maybe catch it all up tomorrow if possible. I'm seeing Top Gun 2. So I don't think that's going to interfere. I've got like the advanced tickets or whatever. But so right now we're going to discuss 2 books. I also wanted to ask if you guys are enjoying this content, if you wouldn't mind giving me a like and a subscribe. And I never asked this, but I've only started asking recently because I noticed on that YouTube app that something like 60% of the people watching me are not subscribers. I don't know. That boggles my mind. I don't know. It's just so weird. So, if you like this content, give me a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It just helps me out. But all right, let's get into it. So let's talk about Immortal XMen number 2. I like the cover. That's really nice. So this is where they're fighting that creature. Celine got rejected for being on the Quiet Council. She didn't take it well. so she's like, that's it. She created this weird, I don't know what you call it, this kaiju monster thingy. It's just a weird creature. So she's awesome. She walks off like, yeah, okay, just you're gonna have to deal with it. So Hope jumps into action here. I do like Hope. She's cool. She hops into action. She's like, okay, we got to get some business taken care of. TCB, taking care of business. And so we got Dr. I think, who's this? Dr. Nemesis here. And we have Storm and Magneto and Exodus, I think. Who else is in here? Mr. Sinister. So a lot of people are coming in this one to try to fight this creature thing. What is this little guy right here? That's weird. So Sinister hulks up. I started hearing the Hulk Hogan music, when it comes crashing down. It's like, yeah. And he literally hulks up to go fight this thing, which is just kind of awesome. And he's got all these powers and stuff. He's got like the Wolverine claws. He's got the Cyclops Force Blasts. So it's pretty neat. Look, if the issue is going to be all fighting, then that's cool, because I do like my action in my X-Men books. I've been kind of meh on X-Men in general recently, which is, sort of has contributed to the taking forever to review some of these. I've been into some other comics. I've been catching up on some old Doctor Strange books, and I just found a great lot on eBay where I was able to get issue number 2, volume 2, because it was Strange Tales and then it became Doctor Strange at number 169 or something. So that went a few issues, and I don't have any of those. Those are a bit tough to get. But then it relaunched with Doctor Strange number 1, and that was only 81 issues, and I've got the first 50 now. So I've been just plowing through those and really enjoying myself. Just top notch, great artists, great artistry, great writing on those books. I love Doctor Strange Part 2, the movie, and it kind of sparked my interest again in Doctor Strange. I didn't really, to me, when I was a kid, I would read Defenders, and that's kind of how I knew Doctor Strange, through Defenders, because I did like him as part of the team or whatever. But anyway, that's sort of, and I've been reading some old Batman comics. If you've seen my videos on my Batman 400 mission, I'm trying to complete that mission and get all the Batman number 400s, 400 to 499. Those are fantastic as well. It's all sort of my childhood stuff that I'm trying to kind of get back into. But anyway, Nightcrawler shows up, which is great. There's some stuff here. I don't read this. I know I told you guys, I don't care. I'd rather have 2 pages of art or do a splash page or something then. I don't know. I don't like this. The comic books need to show you, because it's an art form. You know how they say in movies, oh, show, don't tell. In comic books, you have to do a little bit of telling because there's, you got to read it. But I also want a lot of show. I want to see the art and the text and all that together. Got back to here with Hope getting, I'm not going to, I guess this is a week old, but I'm not going to really spoil it. Hope has to kind of come in and do her thing. and stuff happens, and there you go. I will say that I absolutely despise Mystique. I can't stand that character. It may have to do more so with the Jennifer Lawrence portrayal of Mystique, because prior to that, I thought Mystique was like kind of a cool character. I even bought the toy of her and stuff. So I think I just could not stand her in those movies. So unfortunately, that's rubbed off on the comics. That usually doesn't happen for me. Usually if I love a character in the comics and the movie isn't that good, I don't go to hating the character. But Mystique I never cared about in the comics, and the movies just made me not like her. Like, I don't mind Captain Marvel, like Carol Danvers. I don't mind Carol Danvers in the comics. I've been collecting that for quite a long time, Captain Marvel. So, and I even used to do dedicated videos on Captain Marvel. So that was sort of like where the movie maybe wasn't as good, but it didn't kill my like of the character of Captain Marvel, at least Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. But I do like Destiny. I don't know why. She just looks cool, firstly. I do like the powers. I like this sort of, you know, like, ooh, I can kind of see what's going to happen. I don't know. She just looks really cool to me. So, whatever. Mystique is somewhat better that she's with Destiny, I guess, because I don't hate Mystique as much when she's with her. But, no, that's a lie. I despise... No, I don't like her. But I like Destiny, so... that's cool. Okay, so that was Immortal XMen number 2. Let me see what else. I just started New Mutants. I'm going live. I'm doing a live stream in about 20 minutes from the time of this recording. So I'd like to get this video out there before that. So I just started New Mutants. I'm not going to have time to finish it. We can talk about XMen Red number 2, though. Really cool cover on this one as well. Just to conclude with Immortal XMen, it was okay. I'm a bit meh on XMen right now, just in general. It's not that it's bad or that I hate it. It's just that I'm not getting up in the morning and excited to read it. Like, I have an alarm set every day, and every day the alarm is a different song. So Wednesdays, it's the 90s X-Men theme that I wake up to. And that's because I used to wake up every Wednesday morning and be like, okay, but, you know, this is it, man. It's freaking X-Men Day. Like, I can't wait, you know? It just hasn't been there for me for a while. I don't want to give up on X-Men because I really am not kind of that person who gives up. I'm still reading Action Comics. I'm still reading Son of Kal-El. It's not that great. I'm still reading it, though. I'm still reading all the Batmans, which I do like the Batman, so that's not a chore. I'll never give up on the Superman titles or the Batman stuff. And I'm probably never going to give up on X-Men. I'm not nowhere near there to give up yet. So we're going to just plug away through these. And if a video comes out late, it comes out late. What can I do? Okay, so XMen Red. You know what? I think I liked the first XMen Red. I don't remember. That's another thing you really should remember. We got Vulcan here, who I thought was great in this issue, though they kind of nerfed him a bit for Storm, in favor of Storm. Here's another page that I'm not reading. I kind of like Vulcan. Live long and prosper, man. I also like Brand, Abigail Brand. So I'm new to Abigail Brand. I only knew about her from Sword, really, from this newest Sword, because I didn't really read much of her character before this. I think she's pretty tough, right? She's pretty feisty. Plus green is my favorite color. So we have I'm not a big fan of this team. XMen Red, the original XMen Red, with this Jean Grey costume right there. Obviously, I like Jean Grey, and I really like that costume. I don't know. I really liked XMen Red, that first iteration of it. And this one is, like, okay. I'm not really, like, you know, like, super for it. I don't really care about this team that much. Yeah, I don't know. I do like this monster here coming to attack. That's kind of cool. These harvesters or whatever they are. There's a pretty good thing here where Cable gets like his arm like removed or whatever. That's pretty neat. So it's not a bad little fight here. I really liked Vulcan. I like guys that go out and it's like, look, I'm getting this shit done. Like, you know, I'm tired of this. I think he's a bit of I like the snobbery in him. I think he's really neat. I noticed that Magneto's wearing his classic costume, but he's not wearing that in the other X-Men book. So I don't know if that's just a mistake. I don't know if I'm the only one who likes Storm in this sort of the black with the mohawk. That's kind of the Storm, like the Morlock. I don't know if that's like the Morlock look or whatever. It's just sort of the Storm that I'm used to. I always thought that was a cool look for her. So I actually like this costume. I know some people don't like it, and I'm with you on that. Like, look, if you want classic, the white or whatever, then I'm with you on that. Or even the black version, that's cool too. The classic black and then the white from the cartoon. I'm totally with you. And the mohawk's not for everybody, but I happen to like it. So I think Storm's a cool character and I like that look. So her and Magneto in their looks together is really neat. I mean, there's some nice colors in this book. There's some good pages here. I think this is very nicely done. It's very bright to me and it's very, you know, it pops. So I think that's very good. And I like this Vulcan versus Storm thing here, though. I'm not really a big fan of Storm, like, immediately, like, dismantling him. So, I mean, look, it is what it is. It's Storm, right? So Storm's a classic character. You're really not going to say shit to her. But I like this Vulcan guy. I don't know. I mean, he's kind of neat. I didn't read this because I don't care. Just because you made it black background and white text, that doesn't mean it's better. Yeah. So, you know what? This wasn't too bad. And we've got this guy at the uncaring guy. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to kill this bastard. So yeah, you know, it's all right. Like, I thought it was okay. I don't really watch too many people's thoughts on current comics, only because I find most of the content, it revolves around saying how crap the current comics are. And I'm not going to argue too much against that either, because newer comics I find aren't that interesting when compared to the older comics. Now that's just me. I could have a bias on that. But reading those, even the comics that I'm reading, which would be the Batman 400s, like that's getting into the 90s, I think. And people think the 90s comics are pretty trash. So everyone's got their thing. I've pretty much, I would say from the beginning of comics golden age to definitely into the 90s, like way into the 90s, even the mid to late 90s, I pretty much liked everything to varying degrees, you know, like, and I always saw it for what it was. Like, I love the Image stuff, you know, Brigade and Youngblood, the Rob Liefeld things. I thought the art was cool. I thought there was a lot of energy in the comics. And yeah, I've reread a lot of them recently. I went back to reading Youngblood and Brigade and Bloodstrike and those, especially the Rob Liefeld ones. And I think they're a lot of fun. I think there's something to be said for that. And I think, you know, the New Mutants and X-Force and that kind of stuff was really cool. But I can see why people were not as impressed by it. But a lot of people weren't impressed even with that era prior to that, right? Like, I thought New Mutants was pretty boring until kind of Rob Liefeld came in and kind of gave some juice to it, you know, with Cable and everything. And I sort of see that now. People are kind of down on these comics. And I don't mind telling you, I'm in my mid-40s. I still enjoy going to the comic shops every week, seeing what comes out, picking up whatever I got to pick up. And if not, I get stuff digital. It's very easy. You can just order it online. It's 2 seconds, you know. So I'm okay with getting digital comics because the physical comics are definitely getting overwhelming. I don't get very many things physical anymore. I do get Action and Wonder Woman physical. I get Wolverine and stuff like that. But I've definitely gone more to digital for newer comics. Obviously, for older comics, I like to have the actual comic because I feel a connection to that, you know, time period. I've got like an entire stack of comics like right here at my feet that I continuously go through, and it's 90s stuff and people don't like it, and that's fine. So everyone's got their thoughts on the comic industry, and I don't really know about the industry. Like, I know there's people that have their top lists and, oh, this isn't in the top list anymore, this is out or whatever, and then you've got your writers, or people are like, well, I don't like this writer, I don't like this writer. I'm going by the book I'm holding in my hand. I'm not going by what some people say on social media, Twitter, whatever. And some comic book writers and creators are goofs, right? They go on social media and they say a lot of dumb things that some people don't agree with. Some people do agree with them, some people don't. I don't get involved in that discussion when it comes to comic books. I just take a step back and I'm reading the comics. So if people thought Immortal XMen was trash, that's cool. I thought it was okay. You know, again, I'm not running to the, I didn't call my shop up and say, yo, guys, man, I missed out on Immortal XMen. I need all the back issues like right now. And I have done that before. I've done that before, and I'm trying to think what's an example I can give you where I'm like, shit, I better pick Immortal Hulk. I was up to like, it was like up to issue 7 or something. I was like, man, this is like pretty good. I'm like, shit, I got to get these. And I call up my shop. My shop's pretty good. They have a lot of back stock. I was like, yo, I need like every Immortal Hulk, whatever you got, you know? And, you know, so stuff like that, like everyone has a different opinion. So let me know your thoughts on these 2 books. I'm going to try to do Knights of X and then Legends of X. Is that what's coming out tomorrow? And New Mutants. I still got to do New Mutants. So I've got those still. I'm going to try to get those. I'll try to get some video out at least. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give me a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I really appreciate it. I'm doing a live stream tomorrow night, which is going to be covering 90s comics, the dreaded 90s, but I think they're awesome. So we're going to talk about 90s comics, and I think we're talking about the releases that have come in May and June. I can't remember what month we're on, but we're looking at every month and looking at everything that came out and talking about it. So I'd love to have you guys join us there. That's it, guys. Until next time.